bullets, fire, an industrial shredder, a clean decapitation. Across 4 separate timelines, the Halloween franchise has staged 12 on-screen deaths for Michael Myers, 12 ritual attempts to put down the Shape for good, not one of them held. This is the complete reckoning with every method cinema has thrown at horror's most unkillable figure. Starting with a body that simply vanished from a suburban lawn in 1978. A 6-year-old boy in a white mask disappears into the night. By 1978, Michael Myers has already survived a point-blank volley from Dr. Loomis's revolver, his body vanishing into the darkness behind a suburban house. No corpse, no closure, just a mask abandoned on the floor, the first hint that death means nothing to the Shape. The original film's final shot lingers on that empty mask, weaponizing absence as its own kind of horror. 3 years later, the sequel trades ambiguity for blood. In Halloween 2, released in 1981, Dr. Loomis corners Michael in the hospital. A pneumatic blood rig hidden beneath the coveralls bursts as bullets tear into Michael's chest. Carpenter's reshoots ramp up the violence with arterial spray, a twitching hand, and a mask that refuses to slip away. The theatrical cuts leave him bleeding out on the linoleum, but alternate edits keep his pulse faint, as if even death cannot quite catch him. Behind the scenes, the effect is all tubes and compressed air, designed for a single sudden eruption. The message is clear: bullets alone will not finish the job. By 1988, the series ditches subtlety for spectacle. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, lights up a barn with carefully rigged pyrotechnics. The stunt team sets a 3-second fuse, giving everyone time to clear out before the blast. Flames rip through wood and hay, swallowing Michael in a fireball. The shot lasts just over 2 seconds, but the impact is total. A living inferno captured in high-speed slow motion. For the first time, Michael is framed not as a man, but as a figure who walks through fire and keeps going. The television edit trims the flames, but the myth only grows. A year later, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, puts him behind the wheel of a truck. The vehicle, a full-scale replica, careens out of control and smashes into a barn. Miniature models stand in for the final explosion, letting the filmmakers push the blaze further without risking the stunt performer. The original plan, a full-body chemical melt, gets scrapped, but the sequence still ends with Michael engulfed, motionless amid burning wreckage. Overseas, censors cut the final fire for being too intense. In every version, the violence escalates, but the result is the same. No matter the method, Michael Myers refuses to stay dead. Across 4 films and 11 years, the franchise moves from vanishing acts and blood pumps to pyrotechnic mayhem and stunt-rigged carnage. Each attempt grows louder, more desperate, more elaborate, yet every effort to end the Shape is met with silence, smoke, or the slow rise of a mask from the ashes. The machinery is getting heavier, but the myth only deepens. Industrial steel becomes the next weapon of choice in 1995. In the bowels of a factory, Michael Myers is dragged toward a custom-built shredder, an engine of modern brutality. The rig is all hydraulics and hidden cages, designed to keep the performer safe, while selling the illusion of total annihilation. Blades churn, metal shrieks, and Michael's body is fed into the maw. The original cut lingers on a spray of blood, but the MPAA steps in, trimming the gore until only a brief, sickening glimpse remains. Even so, the image lands with a weight that echoes through horror forums for years. The machine grinds, the mask vanishes, and for a moment, the myth feels crushed. Behind the scenes, it's a feat of practical effects, hydraulic pistons, removable blade banks, and a stuntman locked in a steel cage. The Shredder becomes legend, inspiring urban myths and endless debates about whether this is the moment Michael is truly erased. But the credits roll, and the franchise presses on. The Cult of Thorn, whispered in symbols and scripts, promises resurrection. The machinery may be real, but the death is never permanent. 3 years later, in 1998, the series trades steel for surgical precision. Halloween H20, 20 years later, brings Laurie Strode back to the center of the storm. She's no longer just a survivor, she's the executioner. The final confrontation unfolds on a moonlit road. Michael pinned beneath a van, mask staring up at the woman he's haunted for decades. Laurie seizes a fire axe and, in a single, decisive stroke, severs Michael's head. The moment is pure catharsis, 20 years of trauma ending in one clean cut. Tom Savini's team crafts the effect with a prosthetic head mounted on a hydraulic arm, silicone skin stretched over an aluminum skull. Blood pumps through a concealed nozzle, timed to burst as the blade falls. The MPAA, wary of excess, demands a slight reduction in arterial spray, but the impact remains, a swift, surgical end. For Laurie, it's the closure the series has never allowed. For fans, it's the kill that's supposed to stick. Yet even decapitation can't hold Michael for long. Later scripts and retcons will twist this moment, but on screen, the head rolls, the mask stares, and for one breathless minute, evil seems conquered. By the end of the millennium, the franchise has thrown everything at Michael Myers. Fire, machinery, and the sharpest blade in the arsenal. Each death is more elaborate, more final, more desperate to end the myth. The audience sees bodies shredded, heads severed, blood and steel colliding in a spectacle of defeat. But every time, the story finds a way back. The machinery of death grows heavier, the violence more explicit, yet the mask always returns. In the world of Halloween, no kill is ever the last. A warehouse in 2002 erupts as a propane leak meets a stray spark. Flames roar up the walls, swallowing every shadow, but Michael's body is nowhere to be found. The film's final frames offer only charred debris and the echo of his mask. No corpse and no confirmation. Off-screen, the script leaves a trapdoor open. Director Rick Rosenthal stages the inferno as pure misdirection, a sleight of hand that lets evil slip out the back, untouched by the blaze. Fans catch on quick. The backlash is immediate. A death that isn't a death. A trick that refuses to satisfy. Rob Zombie's 2007 reboot throws misdirection out the window. Here, the camera lingers on every wound. Michael's body is battered, torn, and left for dead in a sprawl of shattered glass and blood. The prosthetic makeup team, led by David Leroy Anderson, crafts wounds so raw they look torn straight from flesh. High-speed cameras catch the spray, every tendon and sinew rendered in sickening detail. Zombie's vision is unflinching, no more cutaways and no more ambiguity. The brutality is the point. In interviews, he calls it grounded in flesh, a manifesto written in blood. The audience splits, some praise the honesty, others recoil from the excess. The White Horse ending, storyboarded but abandoned, hints at a mythic escape. Michael riding through fire on a spectral horse, but the studio shelves it after test audiences balk. 2 years later, the sequel dials back the carnage. The warehouse blast in 2009 is all steel and shock. A controlled explosion built with reinforced doors and hidden stunt performers. The prosthetic gore is still there, but the edit holds back, trimming the worst at the MPAA's request. The result is a death that feels both massive and strangely muted, a nod to backlash and a concession to ratings boards. The mask survives the flames, and so does the myth. Each attempt grows more elaborate and more desperate, but the story never finds peace. Michael Myers burns, bleeds, and explodes, yet the mask endures. The franchise is running out of ways to kill him, but the need to try never fades. In 2018, the demand for a definitive ending reaches its peak. Studio contracts push for closure, but fan petitions flood in, each one louder than the last. The crew responds with a spectacle, a rolling rig engineered to flip a car with Michael locked inside. The fire department stands ready as flames engulf the vehicle, stunt performer shielded by harnesses and fire retardant suits. Every shot is calculated to convince, yet as the mask melts, skepticism only grows. Online, petitions multiply, the audience now fueling the ritual as much as the filmmakers. By 2021, the atmosphere is electric. Halloween Kills premieres, and hashtag Kill the Myers trends worldwide before the credits finish. The film's centerpiece is a mob scene, dozens forcing Michael toward an industrial grinder. The rig is rebuilt, hydraulic pistons and digital overlays merging practical effects with CGI. Safety divers and insulated cables are in place, but the MPAA trims 2 seconds of blood spray. Forums light up with viral memes, the grinder quickly becoming a symbol for collective finality. Still, the mask survives, and so does the hunger for closure. In 2022, the pressure is undeniable. The director calls it the end, marketing promises finality, and the contract demands it. The last confrontation takes place underwater, Michael electrocuted by insulated cables as safety divers hover nearby. The effect is pure voltage, a flash, a floating mask. Some sensors overseas cut the electrocution, but the director insists this is the last death. Yet as credits roll, speculation and petitions persist. Each kill grows more elaborate, but the myth endures, now sustained by those demanding its demise. Evil doesn't rot in the ground. It lingers, reshapes, survives every cinematic execution. As long as audiences crave the myth, Michael's mask finds new flesh. In a world obsessed with resurrection, some nightmares refuse extinction. The shape endures. Thanks for watching. Share your favorite Myers moment in the comments.